Today we're going to be talking about the movie Bring Her Back, which is one of the most disturbing horror movies I've ever watched. It was made by two brothers and YouTubers, Raka Raka, who are known for making funny videos, which is interesting because they delivered one of the scariest movies I've ever seen. This movie gave me a pit in my stomach, kind of like when I saw Obsession, and in pretty similar ways. There's some scary stuff on the screen, like a backwards walk from Nikki, and in Bring Her Back, there's a disgusting scene where this kid bites his finger and has the hangnail of doom and despair going all the way up his arm. So there's a lot of like disturbing imagery, but it's also, you just feel so sad about what happens. In Obsession, you feel bad for Nikki and Sarah because they go through some bad stuff, to put it lightly. And in Bring Her Back, it's the same thing. You feel awful for these two kids, and yeah, it just makes you feel sad. They're both sad movies that make you feel disturbed after leaving the theater. So let's get into what happens in this movie, and then I'll give my takes on some scenes. So Piper and Arch Manning are walking home from school, and then they find their dead dad in the shower. Devastating. Already hitting us with a tragedy. So then they get placed in this lady Laura's house, and Laura has a daughter who passed away. I forgot to mention, Piper's blind, and her daughter's name was Kathy, and she was blind just like Piper. So as we're meeting Laura, we begin to notice that there's this weird kid in the house, and his name is Oliver, and he's just freaky as hell, but Laura acts like it's normal. But the main thing we begin to notice, though, is that she has an extreme liking for Piper. Almost like she's seeing her daughter in her, and she really only wanted Piper. Arch Manning just came for the ride, because he's her brother. So yeah, Arch Manning is kind of left to deal with the pain of losing his father all alone, and it's sad to see. So eventually, Arch Manning tries to bond with Oliver, feeding him some fruit and stuff, trying to get him to eat, trying to get him to talk, because he has not said anything at all since they got here. He's like Ferb, he just silent, man. Now here's where you get a really creepy scene though. Arch Manning gives Oliver a knife that has the fruit on it, and Oliver just chows down on that knife. He's bleeding everywhere, his lips messed up, his teeth are messed up. It was disgusting to watch. It was crazy. Because nothing really too crazy visually had happened till then, so it really hit. And then so he's like, oh my god, I need to save this boy. So he runs out the house, and there's this weird circle around her house, a white circle. And once he tries to pass that with Oliver, Oliver starts tweaking out. He has like a seizure, something weird is moving around his stomach. He looks like he's about to get stomach bursted like he's in an alien movie. And then we finally hear Oliver say some words. Help me. But then Laura comes back with Piper because they were out shopping. She drags him in. She's like, why did you bring him outside? What are you doing? And so apparently Laura's been telling Piper like that her brother's been tweaking. He's been going crazy. And she tries to spin this as just another example of Arch Manning being crazy. Now let's get on to the worst scene in this movie. I hated the scene. Laura ends up going into Piper's room and smacks her in the face. You watch a 13-year-old girl get hit in the face by an adult. It's not nice to look at. So yeah, they wake up in the morning and Laura tries to blame Arch Manning that he did this to Piper's face. So this is an extremely insane gaslight right now. Piper believes Laura because of everything that she's been telling her about her brother. And Laura's just saying the craziest stuff in this argument. Arch Manning is getting pissed. I was so mad in my seat watching this. I just wanted to just knock out Laura. And it eventually leads to Arch Manning punching a hole in the wall. And then Piper's like, stop. And Arch Manning goes to the adoption people and tries to figure this out. And so one of the main things that Arch Manning was trying to tell the adoption lady is that that missing kid on the poster in the office is Oliver, and he's in her house. And they don't believe him. So they end up going to investigate with Arch Manning. And so they pull up, and then the lady finds out she is crazy. And then a absolutely insane scene happens. This movie is full of insane scenes. Laura gets into her car and runs over Arch Manning and runs over the lady. They are both dead. Arch Manning, the main character, is dead in the movie right now. Holy shit, what a risk. But I love it because we've been following Piper so closely too. She takes over so well. And now it's kind of like she's fighting for Arch Manning. So it just adds another layer to this great story. So now Piper realizes she is lying about everything when she finds Arch Manning's body in her fucking closet, bathroom, or whatever she found him in. So sad. She's blind, remember? So she just feels his face. Ah, disgustingly disturbing. So now she's trying to run out the house. Laura grabs her though and tries to drown her. And now the reason she's trying to drown her is because this whole movie is centered around Laura using Piper's body to put Kathy's soul in through Oliver. The reason Oliver's been so weird is because he's under this like satanic spell thing, and he is eating Kathy's dead body in this shed, and he's gonna like, I don't know, spit it out into her, and then Piper's gonna have Kathy's soul in her. What the fuck am I talking about right now? So yeah, thank God Piper just fights her off, runs away, beats her, stays safe, and now we get into a terrible final shot of this movie where Laura is holding Kathy's body in the pool. That is so disgusting. I hate that shot. After seeing that shot in the theater, that solidified it for me as the most disturbing horror movie I've ever seen until I saw Obsession, because that movie fucked me up as well. But this was number one for a while for me. So yeah, Arch Manning gets a sad ending. Peter Piper picked a pepper, gets to live on, thank God. But what a sad life she's had. She had to lose her brother, her dad, and now this happened to her. Like, oh my God, she's going through everything possible. So yeah, just another terribly sad movie, just like Obsession. And one thing I want to emphasize about this movie is how long I thought about it after watching it. I watched this movie another 3 times after, just with a bunch of different people to see their reactions, and they all said the same thing. This is gonna stick with them, and that was so disturbing that they feel disgusting. And that's how I felt too watching this movie. So I think it's a pretty universal thing that this movie just messes you up. But yeah, that's the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe if you're thinking about it. Just hit that button. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.